Hello, it's me. Very quiet man. There we are. Not playing for long. Just gonna try and find a pink cube. Then I'm off for dinner. But I was bored, so I thought I'd just stream it. Maybe I'll get some streamers luck. Or can hear myself. Just gonna mute. Or just mute the Twitch stream. I've actually already found one of these, but I'm trying to get a second one. Or wherever. Look at them, they're really funny. I really like how they rendered in the game. These silly little cubes. What was that? Is that a pelipper? There's something flying in the air. Maybe it was just a pelipper. Get a bit closer. So I've worked. I think how it works then is, yeah, Pokemon will render when they're close to you, they're all spawning in. And it'll spawn in about 14, 15 of them. And because the outbreak is in this particular area, it'll just spawn them. It'll spawn them where it can, where there's room, as long as they're close to me. So the outbreak is also beyond them, just a little bit beyond. They can spawn over there, but because I can't see that area, it's trying to spawn all the Pokemon in the immediate vicinity, so I can see them. It's a bit weird. If I move closer, it might try and spawn more. No. I'm not sure if I explained that very well. But as long as they were within an area that close enough to you, they will spawn them. And they only spawn a certain number of Pokemon within that area. Rather laggy. Okay, so it's spawned a bunch of other random Pokemon, so it's going to affect how many spawn in the outbreak. So let's just move away and despawn everything. Still nothing. So I think that I've knocked out about 60-ish of these, which should reduce the shiny chance, increase the odds from 1 in 4,096 or so to 1 in 1,300-ish, which is still not amazing odds. You know, that's still less than 0.1% per spawn. But yeah, what is that? That's Lumineon. I think I've got one of these. Yeah, do have Lumineon. despawn. Oh, another one spawned. Another little Luminion spawn. Oh my god. Pokemon everywhere. Right. Spawn my little cube-headed things. Hello. Yeah, I'm shiny hunting. I'm trying to get a shiny Ice-Cube, which is this Pokemon you see in front of you. Give you a closer look. So this is Ice-Cube here. There he is. All laggy. And it's the shiny one. I'm trying to get a second one. So far, no luck. I got the first one immediately. Really fast, but the second one... these are Violet exclusive, yeah. And the good news is, even though I've got an outbreak right now, when there's no outbreak, there's loads of these in this area pottering around. So if you join my world, you can just come down here and get your own Ice-Cube if you want it. And it's basically paired with Stonjourner, because in Gen 8, Stonjourner and Ice-Cube are also the pairing, and one was in one and the other in the other game. I prefer Ice-Cube to Stonjourner. I think Stonjourner is a weird looking Pokemon. Yeah, let's give that a minute. Oh, hello little boizles. Hello Jimmy. How are you? How are you both, really? But I'm not streaming for very long. I've got dinner in half an hour, 3/4 of an hour. I was just bored, so I thought I'd turn on the stream. Oh, you bollocks. Actually, I did see an electric over there. We'll catch that. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. It's quite small. Stepped a lot. Yeah, I would have loved to have stepped some more, but work said no. Pretty easy day, well, relaxed day at work, relatively. Anyway, call that. Without the accent. How come? Anyway, got you. Oh, Pokeballs. Oh, right. I didn't update it. There we go. Now it's updated. Now it's different. That was the name of the stream I did yesterday, I think. I thought I'd updated it, but I hadn't. Yeah. Oh well, never mind. I will fix that in the highlight. I'm not going to bother fixing it for the stream because it gets deleted in 2 months. Who cares? Yeah. Looking for a pink Ice-Cube. Looking for a second pink Ice-Cube. I know Kirti wants a pink penguin, so I thought, since I've already done the work of knocking out 60 of these, I can try and get a second. I don't know if I'll go for a third, though, because it just takes too long. Especially with how laggy being in the water is. I do actually have a pink Ice-Cube and Pokemon Sword and Shield. I did get one there, but the only reason I've got it is because I got so fed up trying to get an Ice-Cube. Because whenever the Ice-Cube raid came up on my raid thing, it was always full. Because I had Sword, so I couldn't just get Ice-Cube in the game. It was exclusive. So, yeah, I got fed up and I just got a bot to give me one. And it happened to be a shiny, because it just gave out shinies. I thought, yeah, okay, fine. That's just to fill out the Pokedex. I got so fed up. It took ages to get an Ice-Cube, and I gave up. But yeah, but I don't count that. It's a Gen 1. I don't want to count it. So I got a legitimate one in this game. And I will show you my nice legitimate penguin. There she is. She's also asleep. Because I put her to sleep. But yeah. Does it have pink penguins like Animal Crossing? I can't... Yes, it does, doesn't it? Because it's some of the villagers, yeah. I'm pretty sure what I'm doing should be enough to try and get to force a shiny spawn. Because I am forcing spawns by leaving and returning like that. I don't think it's going any further, I think. How many on screen? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 on screen. So probably a couple more spawn. Yeah. It's about 15. And if I move, as you can see, as I move away, more will spawn because it despawns the ones before. Yeah, I did. I wanted to catch it with a luxury ball. And that wouldn't really work unless I put it to sleep. You see how they all pop in about roughly in similar spots? So in that spot, that spot. There's a spot over there they'll spawn in if I move a bit closer. What did you know about the number of Pokemon? It's something that it's a theory that I've come up with just based on this shiny hunt. Because as you can see, they're all spawning right in front of me, but they can spawn beyond. But if I move beyond, not many will spawn because they've all spawned here instead. But if I move away, if I start, oh my god, that fucking glare. If I start moving away, it'll start spawning more. See, more pop in, and also other Pokemon will pop in, which isn't so good. So I don't want to. I try not to get too close, because if I get too close, it might start spawning other Pokemon in the areas around the outbreak, which is annoying. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I've already done that. I've defeated about 60 of them. I think if you defeat or catch 30, it halves the odds, or doubles them actually if you want. Improves them by double, and if you go to 60, it doubles again, ish. It's not quite double, but yeah. So at the moment, I have the best odds I can get. If I defeat more of them, then you don't get any better odds. All you're doing is risking the outbreak ending. Oh, go away, you big silly bird. When I was shiny hunting Buizel the other day, during the Game Awards, I managed to find full shiny odds, Love Disc. Just happened to spawn as I was going backwards and forwards. That was quite lucky. Never going to use it because it's a Love Disc, but you know, I'll take a free shiny. It's my second full odds in the game. With yeah, that Bagon being my first, and I do have Bagon with me. There he is. Nice shiny Salamence. He's a great Pokemon. I love Salamence. Really strong, really fun. Does look a little bit weird, but you know, I don't mind. Oh, my phone made a noise at me. There we are. Oh, it's just Twitch. Oh, a Salazzle. Oh, you mean a Salandit? A Salandit, yeah, the male one. Yeah, they're rubbish. They don't evolve. However, at least it means you now have a shiny of the pre-evolution, so you know, keep it as a pre-evolved. I mean, you have no choice. It can't evolve, but still. $12 on the screen. Yeah, Salandit and Salazzle have a really nice, obvious shiny, which is good. Some shinies aren't so obvious. Buizel shiny in the overworld isn't actually as obvious as I was expecting. Because it is a lighter colour than the other Buizels, but it's, you know, it's more obvious when you see it in the box. But in the overworld, it wasn't. It was more subtle. It was more subtle. And some of them are like, and some of them are much worse than that. There was one Pokemon I was looking at earlier to see how easy it would be to shiny hunt. Oh, it was the little Tadbulb. It's basically exactly the same, only the orange trim is red. That's horrible. That's really horrible. Oh, you got a Floatzel. Yeah, I got a Buizel instead, which I might evolve. We'll see. Although, it's good to put any pre-evolutions into Pokemon Home first, isn't it? So it counts it, because if you evolve it and then put it in Pokemon Home, it won't count it as part of the dex, will it? I don't believe it does, anyway. It's kind of annoying. It'd be much easier if you could just update Pokemon Home's Pokedex by just linking it with your game and it just took the data from that. But it doesn't seem to do that necessarily. Ugh. Maybe it does and I've not paid attention, but I don't think it did. I don't pay for Pokemon Home anyway, I just have the free one, so I can hardly use it properly. Right, spawn in, please. Everyone spawn in. You just downloaded it with Pokemon Home? 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, yeah, okay. Whoa, almost hit those. I do remember Pokebank. I never used it. What Pokebank was a one-off payment, wasn't it? You paid a $5, and that was it. Or was it $5? I don't remember. It was £5 here, but something like that. That was it. Then you had it forever, I think. Whereas Pokemon Home is $18 a month, a year. Was it really £5 every month? Oh, that's more than I thought it was. I thought it was either a one-off $5 or every year was a £5 thing, but maybe I'm misremembering. How much is Pokemon Home then? Pokemon Home cost. Is Pokemon Home free to? No, it's not. Not really. Well, it kind of is, but 1 month is $3, 2 months is $5, 12 months $16. Okay, $16 a year. I mean, it's not a huge amount of money, but considering the fact that it's exclusively to store some Pokemon, which isn't really that much data if you think about it. It's not a lot of data. It's just a bit annoying. I have considered it, just so I can say, because I mean, the Pokemon games do not use cloud saves. So if my Pokemon Sword game just disappears forever, the save, then I've lost all the Pokemon on it. Yeah, a few kilobytes. It's nothing. It's just nothing. Can't access it. I think they might have. Is Pokemon Bank even still a thing anymore? I thought they were going to kill it. But yeah, it's not a lot of data, and they want to charge $16 a year. Which, yeah, again, it's not a massive amount of money, but, you know, they could offer it for free and they wouldn't really lose anything. It's a bit rubbish. Yeah, it could just be something really simple. I mean, all it's doing is taking that the data for those Pokemon and putting it somewhere else and storing it there. Because I mean, you have very limited storage of Pokemon in the game. Well, kind of 960 slots. Still a lot, I suppose, but if you do a lot of catching and whatnot, not really. You can't use Pokemon. Do you mean that you can't use it for you can't use it for this game? Pokemon Home isn't supporting this game yet, is it? It normally takes a little while before they can support the game. Oh right, that's what you're saying. Yeah. I don't remember how the eShop worked on 3DS, to be honest. I think maybe you'd have to get points or something. I can't remember. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's what it feels like. It does feel like that. Like it's some massive process, but it really isn't. It is just transferring very small amount of data off your out of the game and just putting it on some server. I know server costs can be expensive, but I can't imagine it storing a huge amount of data. They said accept gift cards. Huh? That's pretty interesting, I suppose. When's the eShop supposed to just completely die? March. Okay. What was that? Oh, just another bird. I'm getting a bit too close, I think. I do like how they look, though. They're all shiny because it's a silly ice cube head. It's obviously not a perfect representation of ice, but it's fun. Maybe if I get my pink ice cube out, it will encourage them to also be pink. I don't know. Like, look, this is the colour you need to be. Stop being not that. Stop being a boring blue colour. Let's be that. But I wish it would stop raining. The rain just makes the game run worse. You should have seen what shiny hunting for Gyarados was like. It was awful because it was if I show you on the map. So I shiny hunt. I did get it, the red Gyarados. I think it was. Whoops. Yeah, it was in this very lake here. It was around. It was about this area, and it ran dreadfully. There was a lot of Pokemon everywhere, so that made it run worse. Gyarados is very big, and oh, it was the worst shiny hunt I've done. It took ages as well. Not only because the game ran really slow, but it just wasn't appearing. I think I may have broken my odds by flying. I did fly a bunch. And I don't know, flying may reset the odds. I don't know if anyone knows yet if it does or not. So that was an awful, awful shiny hunt, but I did get it. And it's an adamant one as well, and a shiny adamant Gyarados, and that's pretty perfect. That pretty great. But I had a bad time trying to get him in the first place. So this is one thing I'm very worried about. As you move away and it despawns ice cubes, it starts spawning more in the area that you can still see. So I'm very worried I'll move away and it will spawn a shiny, and as it spawns I move too far and it despawns immediately. So I'm trying not to get too close. So about just a bit closer. Yeah, about here's fine. Look at the size difference. That was a huge one. Those are tiny. Looking like no shinies here. I don't know, maybe I need to go further away. Maybe it's respawning the same ones, but I don't think it would do that. That would require remembering those specific Pokemon and then popping them back down. So I think they are just new ones every time you move away. So every time one pops in, it's doing a roll, isn't it? I'm not sure if it does or not. I've never used Pokebank, so I don't know exactly what it accepts. If you have, then maybe it doesn't. I would look that up though. I don't know because I'm not sure. As I said, I never did use Pokebank. Never really needed to. I did play Gens 6 and 7, but I mean, eh. I suppose I could go in and get those Pokemon out, but never actually finished Gen 7. Pokemon Moon I got as far as getting to the last island, I think, after all the stuff at that facility, and I just kind of stopped playing. Put it down for a bit and never went back. Off we go again. Another little... Oh. Hello, Tynamo. Just going to check the status of my delivery. Okay, 5 to 8. It's apparently arriving fine. Gives me more time to do this. Noodles. We're getting noodles. I'm getting a noodle box with pork, chicken, and beef in it, and some vegetables, and a special soy-based sauce of some kind. It's very nice. It saves cooking today because no one's really available to do so. Yeah, it's pretty good. It is good stuff. And it's a tenner. It's £10 for a box, and it's a lot of stuff in it. It's a very filling meal. In fact, I think every time I've got it, I've never actually finished it. So it just means I get leftovers the next day for lunch, which is pretty good. Imagine if I turned around and there's a shiny ice cube right there. Full odds shiny. But no, it looks like it's not. Oh well. Yeah, it's pretty well priced. Look at that ice cube, it's going nuts. I will say, I like Ice. Look at him. Ice Cube's really funny. It's such a funny looking little Pokemon with its silly cube head. I like it. It was very unpopular when it was first announced, I think. A lot of people really took piss out of it, but I don't know, I think it's a really silly little design. I like it. I do find it quite funny. It's also not just a cube head. That cube, it is an ability. It can take a... I think it has to be a physical hit, doesn't it? It can take a hit for free. I don't know. I may have already done that one, but let me just put it... I'll put that in, why not? Let's put in a code. Let's see if I get some free food. Yeah, whatever. It's not going to run out, it's in its dock. Yeah, I've never made any sandwiches either. But the sandwiches, when you start getting Herba Mystica from raids, you can make sandwiches that massively boost your shiny odds. So if you pair that with doing raids and everything, oh, looks like I didn't have it. Then you can get some pretty good odds. Yeah, you can do that as well. You can do it for breeding. You can do it for getting a certain type of Pokemon to appear, whereas others don't, and it's all sorts of weird stuff. I'm not exactly sure how that works in universe. Like, what does eating a sandwich, even with special magical ingredients, change how the world works? But whatever. Herba Mystica are just very mystical. It's in the name. Oh, one of these is going to be pink. It's an eventuality, isn't it? If I do this forever. Although the raids do reset at midnight. You can delay that though. If you are searching for a Pokemon in particular and you're having really rubbish luck, and it's getting close to midnight, you can just change the clock on your Switch. Just change it back a few hours and you get more time. And you just keep doing that until you get the shiny. Oh, bloody hell. Can you? That's cool. I've only redone one gym trial because it's, for some reason you just do that, and that's the weird calisthenics or whatever trial at the psychic gym. Takes forever though. Yeah. Approach a little bit. Try and get some more to spawn. I did one class when I was still there, the first time I was at the school, and they basically just tell you stuff about how the Pokemon game works, more or less. And that was it. And then I just went, oh, okay, I already know that, and then just never went back. Yeah, I might still do them because there's probably some story involved, some side story stuff is involved. But otherwise, yeah, you're not really missing out. You can just completely ignore it, and it won't really make a huge difference to the game. Yeah, I'll have to redo them to get more stuff then. Get more items. That's cool. I'm not joking though. When I did this for the first IceQ I had, it took me 3 resets. I went away 3 times, came back, and there it was. A shiny immediately. Really fast. It was great, and then now for a second one, it's just not happening. Yeah, no, it's like, I am the champion. How does paralysis work? What are status conditions? Please tell me that. It's a bit silly, but whatever. I don't know. Maybe you get items for doing classes. I know the professor gives you items. I think you told me that, Grievous. I can't remember. Or did you tell me about the rewards in the Pokedex? Let's press the right button. Do I have any more rewards to grab? Oh, I do. Hey. Oh, God. Friend Ball. God, they've added in a whole bunch of these apricorn balls. Well, 2 of them. And what are these? These are Dawns, yeah. Level Ball as well. Oh, my God. These are all, these are, I think, all Gen 2 balls or so that they just eventually got rid of because a lot of them are just useless or superfluous. They're pointless. And they've all come back. I think Level Ball is basically, I can't remember the gap it needs to be, but if your Pokemon are much higher level than the Pokemon you're catching, then it makes them easier to catch or something. Either that, or it only works with Pokemon under a certain level, like 25 or something. Which at that point, if they're that low level, you can probably just use a Pokeball and it's fine. Trade bait. Yeah, my favourite balls really are repeat balls for that. Repeat balls, quick balls. Wow, quick balls are just great in general. Those are just my favourite. Dust balls are pretty good, but obviously they only work at night or in caves. I don't know how they work in this game. Like, if I went into that cavern, would they work? Does the game know I'm in a cave? It might do, because obviously in older games, to go into a cave, you go through a transition screen. You don't do that here. It does know. Okay, that's good. It should do, because that's how a dust ball's supposed to work. And it obviously works at night, yeah. They're pretty good. They're pretty powerful. But yeah, quick balls are the best. Especially in this game. You can just run away. If you fail a quick ball catch, you just run away and re-encounter, and then it will work again. So they're pretty good for that. Come on, you bloody penguins. Be pink. History classes. I mean, I was thinking I'd probably just take all of the classes anyway. Just because I'm going to do everything. But, yeah. He was bobbing weird. I do like that you can just do it all post-game as well. That is good. Oh, alright, he spawned. It's not like it's going to just lock you out of doing them or something because you're the champion. Because that would be... I mean, I know it's silly that the champion would do certain classes, but still, I want to do everything. I just can't be asked to do it right now. I want to unlock... oh, I went way too close. I want to unlock the high level raids. 5-star, 6-star, all that shit. She does, that is true. She does still go to school and she's a champion. Extra ice cubes there. Just have a quick look at the map. So, what else is there? There's Dreadnought raids. Not raids. Outbreaks. Dreadnought. Magneton. Frostlass. I've already got a Frostlass from a different raid thing. Outbreak. Killer Wattrel. That'd be a cool Pokemon to get. What else is there? Bombardier. That'd be pretty good to get. Rufflet, whatever. I see Rufflet appear all of the time. I think that's all of them. Yeah. Dreadnought's alright, yeah, he's quite fun. Oh, yeah, to be fair, that's been a thing since Gen 3. In Gen 3, your rival is either May or Brendan, depending if you play boy or girl. And they're just very friendly and nice. And also not particularly interesting, to be honest, in Gen 3, the rival. Yeah, just, I do like how you say that, because she does kind of... She's always very obsessed with you and wanting to battle you all the time. But yeah, when have rivals actually been properly dreadful? Not dreadful as in bad, but like not like quite mean or nasty with her. So I think it's Gen 1 with Blue and Gen 2 with Silver. I think they're supposed to be called. They literally steal a Pokemon. Actual criminal. And then Gen 3 you've got May or Brendan, who are just a pleasant, nice person, I suppose. And Gen 4 he's a bit of an idiot, but he's not mean. I don't know about Gen 5. I know very little about Gen 5. Gen 6, your rival is part of your friend group. Oh yeah, there's Wally in Gen 3 as well. Wally is just a bit of a loser, but he's not mean. Yeah, I like Nimona. She's cool. Yeah, Hop. Hop. Hop is just a bit of a twat. Like, I don't dislike him, but he is a bit of a twat. What is OP? Hop is awful. I don't think Hop is that bad. I just think he's a bit of a knob. I do see what they're trying to do with his story, though. He's a rival who actually starts to understand that he's not that good, and he starts to mess around with it. He actually, as you go through the game, his team does change quite a lot because he's trying to experiment with different Pokemon. And then he goes back to his is it his original team or a bit of a mixture? I can't remember. But either way, you beat him easily peasily every time, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, there's B. Oh yeah, B. You're right. B is an asshole. I completely forgot about B because yeah, he's a twat. Yeah, you're right. He's the psychic. Well, at first he's the psychic trainer, then goes fairy. I suppose that's a spoiler, but who cares? Well, the spoiler reason I haven't said, so. Right. Spawn in, please. Come on. I have a feeling I'm not getting a shiny before the end of the stream. Because, yeah. Oh, massive bird, hello. It'd be a lot easier to be able to do the picnic reset instead, but there's nowhere I can actually do that. That's close enough to the outbreak, unfortunately. That little bit of that sandbar over there, a bit of sand, is just a bit too far away for the outbreak to be in the effective range of the outbreak. It will just keep spawning random other Pokemon, which isn't ideal, because that does affect how many Ice-Q encounters there'll be, annoyingly. I just want them to smack each other in the head, just bonk heads. It's really funny. Kill them. That didn't work. And flying. Levitating and flying Pokemon can battle in the water. So, like, Salamence can battle. So if I send him out, see? Because he can fly. That should mean Garchomp can, because Garchomp can fly. Oh, we just stand on the thing. No, okay, not Garchomp then. Which is silly, because he can fly, technically. Yeah, but yeah, if they can fly or levitate, then they can do it. So I used Volcarona to thin these out, because Volcarona is levitating. No, it can't learn fly, but you can see it flying. Like it is supposed to be able to fly. It is a shark dragon, but it's actually more of a land or sand dragon. It's a ground type Pokemon, not water. Funnily enough. Yeah, typings are funny. I think more. I think it's more like an oversight that they. I suppose Garchomp can sort of fly, but it can't hover or levitate. It can just go from point A to B. That's maybe what it is. But it can't. It can't stay in the air. To be fair, if you see a dragon, a shark-looking dragon Pokemon, you probably would think it's a water type. Because if you look at Garchomp, I mean, if you knew nothing about Pokemon, you wouldn't 100% assume that's a ground type, would you? It does look more like a water type, because it is a shark. So that's fair enough, I mean. And it's blue, exactly. It has torpedoes on its head, yes. Everything about it looks water, but it's a ground type dragon. And yeah, if you've never played Pokemon before, this is Griggers, this is your first Pokemon game, you wouldn't, you just have to assume a Pokemon type when you first see it, unless you want to look it up. And for first time playing, it's more fun to just figure it out as you're playing along. Although after you've encountered Pokemon for the first time, it will tell you what's effective against it, or out of your moves, which is nice. Yeah, Stunfisk isn't a water type, which is funny. It's is it pure electric for the original one? No, it's ground type, isn't it? I'm thinking of the Galarian one is different. Galarian Stunfisk is it ground steel? Yeah, ground steel it is, yeah. So they're both ground types. Stunfisk regular is electric ground, and Galarian is steel ground. But it's basically a flatfish. It's not the only fish thing, though. I mean, Tynamo is in. You find it in the water. It swims around. It's not water type. It's pure electric. Because why wouldn't it be? And its evolutions are also pure electric. In fact, Electros, the final form, has no weaknesses at all. Because electric only has ground as a weakness, but it levitates, so it ignores ground type attacks, so it has no weaknesses. It's kind of funny. It also doesn't have a lot of resistances either. It only resists what? Flying, electric. Yeah. Yeah, you can use Smackdown. You can also use Mold Breaker and whatnot. So it's not completely. It's not always going to be immune to ground types. But what I mean is, generally speaking, it has no weaknesses in most situations. But yeah, you can use Smackdown and you can use Mold Breaker to hit it with ground attacks. Yeah, Mold Breaker, when you're attacking, I think Mold Breaker ignores abilities. So, for example, Haxorus can hit Levitators with ground type attacks. Or it can hit Shedinja because it ignores Wonder Guard, I think. But it doesn't ignore typing, so flying, you can't hit flyers with ground attacks with Mold Breaker. It's just abilities. It's a pretty good ability, Mold Breaker, because it can really really affect somebody's strategy if they're using a Levitator a lot or something. It can really throw a spanner in the works. Yeah, well, it's because the game doesn't really explain what it is. It just says it breaks the mold. Like, what does that mean? Just breaking. I always thought it was useless in Gen 3 because that's what it said. It breaks the mold. Like, okay, that's nice. What does that actually mean, though? Do I have any mold breakers right now? I know Haxorus gets it, so maybe Axew? Do I have any Axus? Yeah. Do you have Mold Breaker? No, you have Rivalry. Oh, that's bit. That's shit. I like Rivalry. That's a rubbish ability. I mean, it can be good, but it's also rubbish. Makuhita. Does Hariyama have it? No, you have Thick Fat. I do have some Makuhitas. Makuhita. Oh, I got more Axus. There you are. This is Mold Breaker. Okay, it does explain it in this game. That's good. The Pokemon's moves are unimpeded by the ability of the target. So yeah, when you do a move on a target, its ability it does not factor, which is pretty powerful. So that Axu can hit Shedinja with any move, or hit a Levitator with a ground attack. Snom. Oop. We'll just get close enough to spawn the Pokemon when I'm checking the box. Might as well do that. Snom and Frostmoth. My Snom has Shield Dust, which negates secondary effects of moves. That's quite good. I don't know if I have more Snoms. I know I have a Frostmoth there. Also Shield Dust. Which is, yeah. Protective Dust shields the Pokemon from the additional effects of moves. So, for example, if it gets hit by a light electric attack that can paralyze, it will never get paralyzed. Or if it gets hit by a move that secondary effect is confusion, it won't get confused. Things like that. It's quite good. Obviously, if it gets hit by Thunder Wave, it will get paralyzed because Thunder Wave only paralyzes. It doesn't do anything else. Oh, is that why? Okay, I don't have an Ice Scales. I don't quite remember what Ice Scales does. I just remember it was an interesting ability. I think I had a Frostmoth in Gen 8 that had in Sword that had Ice Scales. But I just don't remember what it did. Don't remember what that does. Ugh. Just give me a brief moment. I need to check if dinner arrived because I did hear the doorbell and everyone's home, so give me a second. I'm back. Alright, so I had a little check. Dinner is indeed here, so I'm going to go eat. And because I'll be gone for more than 20 minutes, I don't see the point in BRBing for 20 minutes. That's a long time. Ah, there. That's what it does. Yeah, that's quite good. So it's similar to the thing that Wooloo can have. I can't remember what it's called. The fluffy thing where it halves physical attacks. But it has to make contact, so not all of them. Movies. Yeah, that's quite good though. That's quite a good ability. Yeah, I remember that one now. Anyway, I'm going to end the stream here because I've got to go for dinner. I might stream afterwards, but no guarantees. It was only going to be a short stream today anyway, just while I was shiny hunting this bloody thing. Anyway, close that. If I stream later, pop in and say hello if you want, but we'll see. Anyway, goodbye.